East Africa now, where Kenya has allocated more than $1.8 billion to modernize its transportation system around its capital in a move aimed at decongesting the city and resolving perennial traffic snarl-ups. The rehabilitated commuter rail line is part of a wider plan to integrate commuter systems within the city and the environs. It also comprises of setting up a bus rapid transit system and some non-motorized transportation networks.
Residents of Kenya's capital are set to enjoy commuting around the city through rail services following the rehabilitation and modernization of its commuter trains. The renovation is one of the efforts by Kenya's government to solve traffic snarl-ups in Nairobi by decongesting the city, which is ranked as one of the most difficult to commute on the continent due to lack of a scheduled public transport system.
Congestion has cost this city billions and billions of shillings. And so, as we develop Nairobi City, as we look at the future of Nairobi City, we had to make sure that we integrate the road transport and the rail system. The road system, as you know, we are doing some major infrastructural work in terms of new projects. But as we do those things, it's not enough. We have to have a rail system, which then will take majority of the people in and outside the city of Nairobi.
Authorities say the process involves a rail master plan, which includes rehabilitating existing infrastructure and constructing new stations. It's part of a wider Nairobi Metropolitan Service Improvement Project that aims to modernize the region's most advanced capital.
This has been a long journey, and the journey began a few years ago. We started by doing what is called a rail master plan. And it is what we're doing right now is the implementation of the rail master plan. And the rail master plan divided the process into two large portions. This is what we're calling the quick wins. And the quick wins is leveraging what is already there. You can imagine that within just the Nairobi Metropolitan, for phase one, we already have about 152 kilometers of rail that wasn't in necessarily good condition, but the network is there. We have now gone and built 10 new stations within the Metropolitan. And now we have brought in diesel multi-units.
Kenya's government has set aside more than $1.8 billion towards the project that will create a web of bus rapid transport system, new railway tracks, bypasses and highways in a bid to reduce traffic congestion in the capital by half. The Nairobi Central Station will serve as a nerve center of operations connecting 10 stations in satellite towns.
Every day, in average, we move 30,000 to 40,000 passengers through this station. And every day, we operate a minimum of 3 trains in the morning and a minimum of 3 trains in the evening in all these routes. And what we are planning now, after renovation and rehabilitation of the stations that you saw, we expect in every 1 hour that we'll be having about 40,000 people exiting and then getting through this station within 1 hour to 2 hours. That number will translate from 30 or 40 to around almost 150,000 people per day. And ultimately, we are trusting that we'll be moving 3 million passengers per month through these stations.
A 2019 report by the Nairobi Metropolitan Area Transport Authority stated that vehicles stuck in traffic potentially cost East Africa's largest economy almost $1 billion a year in lost productivity. Commuters spent an average travel time of almost an hour to navigate the city, which has significantly impacted on their productivity. Beryl Oro, CGTN.